All right, thanks for coming today. Like I was saying, I don't know where Sam is, so there's a chance that he might walk in the door halfway through class, so we'll see. Let's get started today in a comfortable seat. Whatever's most comfortable to you. I normally just cross my ankles. If you have open hips and you can do half lotus or lotus, you can also do that. But just find a nice tall seat, ground down through your sit bones, nice tall spine. Either soften your gaze to the tip of your nose or close your eyes completely. Right away, bring your attention to your breath. Draw in a nice deep breath in through your nose. And a nice loud open mouth exhale. Take another deep breath in, feel your belly expand, your chest expand. This time, seal your lips and exhale back out your nose. Continue breathing here like this, in and out through your nose. Every inhale, find length throughout your spine. Every exhale, create an oceanic sound at the back of your throat, feeling the constriction there. Take one more deep breath in, fill all the way up. And a nice slow exhale out your nose. You can either keep your eyes closed or flutter them open. Take some neck stretches. Drop your head back, so lift your gaze up toward the ceiling. Now draw your chin in toward your chest, but still maintain a nice long spine. Lift your chin up and drop your chin down. Now bring your head to center, look over your left shoulder and look over your right shoulder. One more time, over your left shoulder and over your right shoulder. Bring your head to center. Drop your right ear down to your right shoulder. Create a lot of space between your left shoulder and your left ear. Drop your chin down in front of you. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop your head back. Right ear to right shoulder. Bring your head to center. Drop your left ear down to your left shoulder. Drop your right shoulder down away from your ear. Draw your chin forward. Right ear to right shoulder. Drop your head back. And left ear back to left shoulder. Draw your chin to center. And we'll take some seated cat-cows here. So inhale, expand through your chest and kind of pull your shoulders back. Then exhale, cat. Curl your spine toward the wall behind you. You can grab onto your knees here. Inhale, cow pose. Expand through your chest, lift your gaze. And exhale, cat. Curl your spine. Feel the opening through your back. Return back up to center. Plant your palms down into the ground. Come to a tabletop position. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, tabletop hover. Lift your knees 2 inches off of the ground. Maintain a neutral spine. Gaze down between your hands. Then take your belly button and squeeze your belly button up into your back. Feel your low core kick on. Take one more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a minute to settle into this shape. You can bend into one knee, bend into the next. Now take your attention to your hands. Point your pointer fingers directly forward. Press down into your big knuckles really hard to alleviate some tension from your wrists. Now take your triceps and spiral them to the wall behind you. You'll release your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale and forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your wrists at about hip-width distance and drape your torso over your thighs, taking a generous bend in your knees. You can grab for opposite elbow, sway side to side. Let your head hang heavy. Drop your arms down to the ground, toe heel your feet together to touch. And on a nice slow inhale, roll all the way up, one vertebrae, 5 vertebrae. When you get up to the top, inhale, shrug your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, release your shoulder blades down your back. Press your palms together at your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow, full breath out your nose. Drop your arms down to your sides, face your palms forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend your arms over your head. Ground down through all corners of your feet and pull your kneecaps up. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to the ground. Option to bring a little bend to your knees here if that's more accessible. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or your thighs. Flatten out your back. Shift your weight forward to the ball mounds of your feet. Take a breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your heels over your toes. Inhale, shift forward 2 inches. Exhale, low plank, lower down halfway, pin your elbows into your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet, straighten through your arms, and then pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog, engage your core to lift your hips up and back. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, neutralize your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, drop your hands together at heart center. Drop your arms down to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can always take these on your knees or just hold high plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze your core in tight. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, rise all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at heart center. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in here. Slow breath out. Lift your tailbone up. Press your palms down. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Flex your right toes down to the ground and even the weight between your palms. Take one more breath in. Exhale, curl your right knee to your right tricep. So catch your back, press the ground away, and feel your core at work here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend your right leg high behind you. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral your hips open to the left side of your space. Extend your arms out to a T and gaze over your top hand. You can take a few bends into your front knee, so bend and straighten your front leg to settle into this shape. Find front heel to back arch alignment in your feet. So if I were to draw a line from your front heel, it would intersect with the arch of your back foot. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Hinge your torso forward and then down. So left arm reaches up, right arm down toward your right calf. Press your hips to the back wall. Feel the stretch on your inner right hamstring and groin here. You can gaze to the side or up top or up toward your top hand. Take one more breath in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, star pose. Rise up, heels in, toes out, create an X shape with your body. And exhale, horse pose. Keep your heels in and toes out and just sink your hips down. Drop your hands down to your inner thighs and kind of shift your torso forward. We'll take some shoulder dips here. So take a breath in. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip your right shoulder down to center. Inhale. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder down. Inhale, come back to center. Come back to horse pose. Press your hands together at your heart. Nice flat spine here. Inhale, star pose. Rise up. Create an X with your body. Exhale, warrior two. Bend back into your right knee and point your right toes forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up, then back. High-fiving the back wall with your right hand. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your right foot back, then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, extend your left leg high and place your left toes down to the ground and squeeze your left butt cheek to lift your heel up a little higher. Take one more breath in. Exhale, pull your left knee up towards your left tricep or your left armpit. Squeeze your core in nice and tight, press the ground away. Inhale, three-legged dog, extend your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, spiral your back foot down and spiral your hips open toward the right side. Gaze over your top hand, and you can kind of bend and straighten to your front leg a couple times to sink into this position. Stretching your front knee to the outer edge of your front foot, and then place a lot of weight in the outer edge of your back foot as well. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose, hinge your torso forward and then down. TikToking your arms to 6 and 12. So push your hips to the back wall. Your left toes should be pointed directly forward toward the top of your mat. Engage your side bodies. Find a lot of space on your left side. Stay for a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, star pose, rise up, heels in, toes out, creating this X shape with your body. Exhale, horse pose, drop your hands together at heart center and sink your hips down. We'll take a few rounds of moving up to star and then back down to horse here. So inhale, star pose, straighten your legs, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, horse pose, sink your hips down, nice flat spine. Inhale, star pose, rise up. Exhale, horse pose, sink your hips down. Inhale, star pose, rise up. This time, exhale, warrior two. Bend into your left knee, gaze over your left arm. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your left arm up, then back. But let's get a weight in your back hand. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your left foot back, then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out your nose. We'll flow through these movements, linking breath to movement now. Inhale, keep your right leg high. Exhale, pull your right knee to your right tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog, extend your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, blossom your hips open to the left side. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten your right leg, hinge forward and then down. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose, hands together at your heart, sink your hips down. Inhale, star pose, rise back up. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your right knee, point your right toes forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your right arm up, then back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, curl in nice and tight. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior two, spiral your back foot down, bend into your left knee. Exhale, triangle pose, reach forward, then down, right arm reaches up. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out, great X. Exhale, horse pose, sink your hips down, nice flat spine. Inhale, star pose, expand. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your left knee, gaze over your left hand. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, gargle your arms down, step your left foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to right tricep, curl in. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, spiral your hips open. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm forward, then down. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose, hands together at your heart, bend into your knees. Inhale, star pose, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your front leg. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your right arm up, then back. Exhale, high to low plank, windmill your arms down, step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog with your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, squeeze in. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, blossom your hips open. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten your left leg, press your hips to the back of your space. Inhale, star pose, rise up, heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose, sink your hips straight down. Inhale, star pose, create X with your body. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your left leg, straighten your right leg. Inhale, reverse warrior, high five the back of your space with your palm. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your left foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out your nose. We'll flow through one more time, adding on just a little bit, making some little changes. So inhale, kick the right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, curl your knee in. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, spiral open, gaze over your top hand. Exhale, triangle pose, reach forward and then down. Now inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Listen for a change here. Exhale, Skandasana, lunge to the back of your mat. Bend deeply down into your left leg, then straighten your right leg. Come up onto your right heel, so your right toes point toward the ceiling. You can use your left elbow to kind of press your left leg out a little bit. Get some hip opening action there. It's going to take just a minute. It's okay if your left heel comes a little bit off the ground. It might be flat on the ground. If you have that flexibility, it might come up a little. It's fine. Either way. If your heel is lifted, you might want to pinch your fingers on the ground. Stay for a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Now inhale, star pose, rise back up. And exhale, wide leg forward fold. Point your toes toward the wall you're facing, and then bend down to the ground. Take a moment here to let yourself relax into this stretch. You can place your palms on the ground, grab through your calves or your ankles. And shift your weight forward toward the ball mounds of your feet to stack your hips over your heels. Extend your arms back out to a T with a nice flat spine. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your right leg, point your right toes forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, extend your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, curl in nice and tight. Inhale, keep your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, spiral your back foot down, bend into your left knee. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten your left leg, reach your right arm up, left arm down. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, Skandasana lunge to the back of your space. Bend really deeply into your right leg. Come up onto your left heel. Point your left toes up toward the ceiling. The same deal on this side. It's a nice left hamstring stretch, hamstring and groin stretch here. It's okay if your right heel comes off the ground, but if your heel comes off the ground, you might want to touch your fingers on the ground in front of you. Try to maintain a nice neutral spine here. So avoid any punching in your spine. Stay for one more breath in. And stay for your breath out. Inhale, star pose, rise back up, heels in, toes out. Exhale, wide legs forward fold. Pivot your feet so they're parallel with the short ends of your mat. And hinge your torso all the way down. Stay here for just a couple breaths this time on this side. Placing your hands wherever you'd like. Extend your arms back out to a T. Recruit your core, so squeeze your core in nice and tight. Inhale, rise back up with a flat spine. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your left knee, gaze over your left hand. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your left foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Drop down to your knees. Touch your big toes together, then widen your knees out to the width of your mat. Sit your hips back to your heels, and then rest your forehead down on the ground for child's pose. Take a few breaths here in child's pose to re-regulate your breath. Just focus on deep breaths in and deep breaths out, trying to match the length of your inhales and your exhales. Take one more deep breath in, feel your belly press against your thighs. And a nice deep breath out. Inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back, create this inverted shape in your body. Inhale, lift your hands. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold, head down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips nice and low and reach your arms to frame your ears. Now from here, take another deep breath in. Exhale, tree or eagle pose on the right. Swing your right arm underneath your left arm. And then you can either go for the bind in your arms, pressing your palms together, or for the bear hug, grabbing for opposite shoulders. And then ground onto your left foot. Reach your right leg up and over your left foot. Still sitting nice and low down into your hips. If you have the bind in your arms, lift your elbows up and then press your palms forward. Feel how this opens up to the back line of your body and your shoulder blades behind you. Stay for a breath in. Compress a little tighter on the breath out. Inhale, chair pose, back to center. Exhale, eagle on the left. Draw your left arm underneath your right. Option to go for the bear hug. Option to go for the bind. Wrapping your forearms and pressing your palms together. Then ground out through your right foot. Lift your left leg up and over your right leg. Keep your hips sitting nice far and back down behind you. Lift your elbows up and press your palms forward. Stay for a breath in. Sink a little deeper on your breath out. Now inhale, mountain pose. Unwind your arms and legs and extend your arms up overhead. Exhale, dancer pose on the right. Drop your right arm down into your right side, and then kick your right heel up into your glute. Grab for the inner arch of your foot, so I'll turn this way so you can see me. So you wanna kick your right foot up, grab the right arch of your foot so that inner eye of your elbow faces toward the right side of your space. You can stay here and work on balance. If you'd like to take it further, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, dancer pose. Hinge your torso forward, kick really hard into your back hand. Gaze at an unmoving point in front of you to help with your balance. Lift your left arm energetically up toward the ceiling and kick really hard into your back hand. Now very slowly inhale, rise back up, mountain pose. Drop your right foot down, reach your arms up to center. Exhale, dancer on the left. Drop your left elbow into your left side. Grab for the inner arch of your left foot, to the big toe side. Again, you can stay here with your knees together, working on balance in this one-legged posture. If you'd like to take it further, take a breath in. Exhale, dancer's pose, hinge forward, kick really hard into your back hand. So keep your hips as squared as you can toward the ground. And at the same time, kind of open your chest up in front of you toward your left side. Focus on that unmoving point. Focus. Now slowly inhale, rise back up, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, nice and slow down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, high to low plank, clench your palms. Option to skip these or take them on your knees as always. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, come down to a seat. All right, got a few minutes where you can kind of play around and really do whatever you want. I'll demo crow pose. I'll demo two different things actually. Crow pose and then a tripod headstand, or just like setting up for a tripod headstand rather. So for crow pose, I'm sure you've seen me demo this before, but spread your fingers really wide, press them down to the ground at about shoulder width or maybe a little bit wider. And from here, hike your hips up nice and high. Bend your knees so they connect with your triceps up as high as you can on your arms. From here, bend your elbows, shift your weight forward. Keep your gaze lifted. Super important to keep your gaze lifted. And then you can always just stay right here, playing with this like weight distribution. You can lift one set of toes and see how that changes things. If you want to fly your crow, really important, keep your gaze lifted. Squeeze your core in nice and tight, and then lift both sets of toes up off of the ground. The harder you squeeze your core in, the more you'll feel your hips lift. And as you feel your hips lift up, it'll release some stress from your triceps. So if you're working on crow, you can play around with that. If you want to try something new and do a tripod headstand, or just maybe the setup, to get into a tripod headstand, you'll place your palms down in like the middle of your space, then drop the crown of your head down onto the ground, creating like a triangle between your palms and the top of your head. So it'll look like this. So my elbows are stacked over my wrists here. From here, you'll lift your hips up and drop your knees onto your triceps. And you can stay right here and just like work on balancing like this. You can always press your legs up into a full tripod headstand if you'd like. It'll just look like this, pressing your legs up. Press really hard into your hands if you're lifting your legs, because there shouldn't really be any stress in the top of your head. You should really be using your arms to press down into the ground. So got about maybe a minute left to play around with whatever you want to do. You can always just sit in child's pose for a minute if you want. So play around, take whatever you want. Yeah, inversions and arm balances are super fun. If you ever have any questions on them, just like text me or email me or whatever you want. I'd be happy to talk about it. Good, Ez? Ez, you're getting so good. Look at you. Whenever you're done, we'll just meet in child's pose. No rush to get there. You can keep playing around, but we'll be in child's pose in a few seconds. Once you're in child's pose, redirect your attention to your breath. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out your nose. Inhale, lift up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Press your chest a little bit closer toward your thighs now that you're a little more warmed up. So press your chest down. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Press your back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Extend your arms overhead. Now in warrior one, your right knee is bent, your left leg is straight, and your left foot is planted on the ground at about a 45-degree angle. You can take your hands to your hips and like square your hips forward, because a lot of times people will kind of open up their hips too much. This is more of a hip square position. It's kind of awkward, so you can walk your back foot in a little bit. You can keep your hands on your hips or reach them up. Take another breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into your front leg. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hinge from your hips. And then drop your arms down on the sides of your right foot. You'll feel this nice deep opening in your right hamstring. So from here, if you have a lot of flexibility, you're trying to kind of pull the crown of your head toward your shin or like your knee. Squeeze your upper inner thighs toward one another. You'll kind of feel your hips square forward when you do that. Now inhale, warrior one. Bend back into your right knee. Lift your arms back up overhead. Exhale, drop your palms down to the ground. Runner's lunge. Walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat and drop your left knee down to the ground. You can stay here up on your palms. You can roll over onto the knife edge of your right foot if you want some hip opening on that side. Or you can go for the quad stretch. I've done a little quad stretch. So for the quad stretch, you'll take your left knee and bend your left leg. And then take your right hand, reach your right hand up and then back. So you're grabbing for your left foot. And then pull your left foot toward your left boot. You have the quad stretch, gently release it. Come back to an active runner's lunge, so pull your left knee off the ground. Exhale, high plank, step your right leg back to meet your left. Stay here for a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your palms. Now ground your back foot, inhale, warrior one. Extend your arms up. Take another minute to sink into this position. You can adjust your stance as needed. So maybe step your back foot in if you're having some trouble, that helps, or maybe widen your stance a little bit, that helps sometimes too. You can drop your hands down to your hips to ensure they're squared forward. So bend as deeply as you can into your left knee. It's okay if you don't bend too deep into your left knee. Stay for one more breath in. Exhale, press your back foot down a little harder. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hinge from your hips down over your left leg. You can tense your fingers down on the ground next to your left foot. Again, if you need, step your right foot in rather, if that feels a little better in your body. And once you gain the flexibility in your hamstrings, you'll kind of try to pull the crown of your head toward your shin or your knee. Inhale, warrior one, bend back into your left leg, extend your arms back up overhead. Exhale, drop your palms, runner's lunge, step your left foot out to the edge of your mat and drop down to your right knee. So take whatever you want here in runner's lunge. This is kind of your time. You can come over onto the outer edge of your left foot to open up your hip. You can always drop down to your forearms if you have that flexibility. If you want to go for the quad stretch, bend your right knee and kick your right heel up toward your glute. Take your left arm and reach your left arm up, then back, grabbing for your right foot. Then once you have your right foot, pull your heel directly toward your right glute. So avoid kind of pulling your right foot over to the left side. You want to keep your right heel behind your right glute. You have the quad stretch, gently drop it down. Come back to an active runner's lunge. Or tuck your back toes and lift your right knee off the ground. Exhale, high plank. Step your left leg back to meet your right. Stay here for a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, shift back forward to a high plank, then lower all the way down to your belly. Once you get down to your belly, untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet really hard into the ground. Cricket your elbows up toward the ceiling. Keep your palms on the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Gently lift your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel this expanse through your chest. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower your left cheek down to the ground. Extend your arms by your sides. Rest here for just a couple breaths. Feeling your heart beating against your mat. Return your chin to center. Kick your heels up into your glutes and grab for the outer edges of your feet or your ankles, whatever you like. And then pull your knees in as close as you can toward one another and magnetize your shoulder blades inward toward your midline. Inhale, floor bow. Kick into your hands as hard as you can and lift your chest. It's okay if you don't come that high up off the ground. Just pull your knees inward toward your midline. Inhale, kick a little bit harder. Exhale, slowly lower down. Lower your right cheek down to the ground and extend your legs long. Return your chin to center. Press your palms down into the ground. Press yourself all the way up to a high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, extend your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon on the right. Draw your right knee toward your right wrist and your right ankle toward your left wrist. Plant your shin down on the ground. It's okay if it's not parallel to the top of your mat. You can stay upright or you can drop down, planting your forehead. If you want to ground your forehead, you can always keep your head up. But if you're grounding your forehead, make sure it's down on the ground, like on your hands or a block or your mat. If you are in sleeping pigeon, lift your chest back up, press your palms into the ground, tuck your back toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your right leg to the back of your space. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon on the left. Plant your left shin on the ground, left knee toward your left wrist. Flex your left toes toward the wall in front of you. That'll protect your joints here. And even the weight between your hips, you can stay upright if you like this. If you want to press down in sleeping pigeon, hinge your torso down and ground your forehead on something. So in your right leg, you want to be you want the top of your right foot to be on the ground. So it's extended straight back behind you. So if you're over on the edge of your right foot, kind of rotate your leg so that the top of your foot is on the ground, on your right side. If you're in sleeping pigeon, rise back up, press your palms into the ground, tuck your back toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, come through to a seat. Roll over onto your butt and extend your right leg. Extend your right leg long. Press the sole of your left foot on your inner right thigh. We'll take one leg as seated forward fold. So Inhale, pivot your torso in line with your right leg. Exhale, seated forward folds. Hinge your torso down over your extended leg, and then grab for whatever you can. It's okay if you don't grab your foot. You can always just grab for your shin. Just working on that hamstring flexibility. And these forward bends are always a great counter pose for any backward bending. Inhale, rise back up. Now plant your right forearm on your inner right leg here, like on the ground. Keep your left sit bone firmly planted and reach your left arm up. Take a deep breath in, reach really high. Exhale, side body stretch. Reach your left arm toward your extended right leg. If you're super flexible on that side, you might be able to like reach down for your foot, but just keep a lot of space on your left side. Now rise back up, place your left hand behind your left hip. And then inhale, stargazer, press your hips up, reach your right arm toward the wall behind you. So your hips are lifting up, but you're reaching really far behind you. Now slowly lower back down. Switch out your sides, extend your left leg long, press the sole of your right foot on your inner left thigh. And then from here, pivot your torso in line with your extended left leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge forward, grab for whatever you can. Inhale, rise back up. Plant your left forearm on the inner side of your left leg. And then press your right sit bone down really hard into the ground. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Inhale, extend. Exhale, side body stretch. Extend your right arm out in front of you toward your left leg. Just creating as much space on your right side as you can. Now rise back up. Place your right hand behind your right hip. And inhale, stargazer. Lift your hips up. Extend your left arm toward the wall behind you. Now slowly lower back down. Plant the soles of your feet into the ground. Roll down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest, then grab for the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Pull your knees down for your side bodies. And massage your low back by gently rocking from side to side. Your low back comes off the ground, grab from behind your thighs instead. Now draw your knees into center. Wrap your forearms around your shins and your forehead up to your knees. Roll into the tiniest little ball you possibly can. Squeeze everything together. Take a breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. Find whatever shape here is comfortable to you. Doesn't necessarily have to just be down on your back. Be wherever you're most comfortable. Release any tension that you're holding onto in your legs, in your hips, in your abs. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And relax the muscles in your forehead. Just enjoy a minute of rest here. You can stay here resting in Shavasana as long as you'd like. We'd like to move on and be guided out. Begin to bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles and wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead, point your toes and arch your low back up. Draw your knees in toward your chest, then rock onto whichever side favors you for fetal pose, using your bicep as a pillow. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Find a comfortable seat, whatever suits you. You can place your hands on your knees in your lap at heart center. Either soften your gaze or close your eyes completely. Exhale out any stale air left in your lungs. Take a nice deep breath in, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. Then hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh your air out. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Bow forward. Namaste.